Hello YouTube, this is my personal Filofax Cavendish in black, doing a video response to Amy's giveaway. So let's jump right in. It's pretty stuff at the moment and I like it that way. It has a diary section of a day on 2 pages, and I have 2 months in here right at this moment. I don't use this on the go, so there's nothing on the card slots, and this Cavendish personal model has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 card slots on the front flap. It has 2 pen loops, one on the left and the other one on the right, and as usual the right side pen loop is a smaller loop. The full length slot over here, I just have some note paper, and this is a card I received some time ago. I just like the front cover that I'm thinking of putting it as my front cover. So when I got this Filofax, it doesn't have current inserts, no diary, and just some note paper and the basic other Filofax information inserts. So a lot of pages here are DIY pages. Some I got from the internet and some I designed and printed myself. So one of them is this fly leaf that I did from a file folder in A4 size, which were coming apart. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, it's just one of these file folders, and you can see that the spine here is all coming apart. So there were a lot of them that are just loose like that, so I just cut them up. You see this is all coming apart, so I just cut them up and I use this as pockets and fly leaves and such. The next insert here is just a cereal box. I wanted to protect the front and back of it because the pages tend to curl. You can see that when I close it, it curls there at the back and at the front. So those cardboard are just there to protect the first and last pages. Just another card that I did myself. So these were actually from my first ever binder, which wasn't a Filofax, but it was a locally made brand called Carries, and they had a synthetic leather, not PU style, it was a very nice synthetic leather, which I can do another video if you all want to see. And you can see that, I don't know if this phone won't be able to zoom, so that number there states that it was 1999. So I just took those dividers because I didn't want to use the new one, so I thought if I want to make any changes I can just cut this up because it was older, and I like that it's thin, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I took out the first tab and put it in my chameleon compact, which I bought together with my A5 topaz from Isabel in France. So I use my chameleon compact as a away binder when I'm on the go. So this Cavendish normally stays at home. or if I want to go to the library and I think I'm going to do some planning, then I might bring it along. But otherwise, this is my planning binder. My Topaz A5 is my project management, and the Compact Chameleon is my away binder, like on the move binder. So some are still being moved back and forth. I can't seem to decide what I want where. So some weeks pages are here, some weeks pages are in the compact. So the setup may change from week to week. Okay, so back to this. First step here is my notes, just some note paper that I punch, that I have lying around. And you can see that the old to-do pages is called Don't Forget. This is again a 1999 version, and the newer ones are now called To-Do. So these I took from the either from the compact or from this Cavendish model. This one is dated 2009. And back here I have some pages that I designed myself. This is the first draft of my wish list. Any wish list that I have, I normally do some research on it. So because I don't have a lot of money, disposable income to spend on stuff, so I make sure I research and compare and contrast 2 or 3 different models and brands and see which one has better reviews or which one I like better. So that's the first draft. This is my second draft. I like the color one better. This is just a checklist I do for Sims Wiki that I help on. We had a recent patch release last week, so I was working on that the other day. So this is another that's sort of personal, a household insert that I'm designing, and blank note paper. So from the various Filofaxes, there are different colors. This is the grey, cotton cream, green, cyan. I guess the lighting is not very good on this one, and lavender. Just a manifesto that I really like from the Daring Greatly book by Brené Brown. That book really resonates on stuff going on in my life right now, so I just have it here as a daily reminder. So this is the GTD action stuff. So first step is when I'm out and about, what I want to do. So I have my wish list here, my errands list here. This is some notes on things that I need to do. So before I had a Filofax, I was using Evernote, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but this is dated March, and this list is still basically still a list on Evernote. Hasn't had anything done to it at all. So my this section is my planning section, and I've cobbled together quite a bit of ideas from different places. So I read Zen Habits and GTD and personal Kanban. So a lot of it is a mishmash of all the ideas that I like. So this is basically modeled like a Kanban board, but when I'm working through this list of to-do items, I categorize them by priority. So we have important, urgent, not important but urgent, important but not urgent, not important, not urgent. So I each of those action items, I break it down into about each sticky note is an action item that might probably take me about 15 to half an hour. So I make sure that each task only takes me that long period of time, so that I can schedule it in my calendar and time myself. So there's a few that I just finished yesterday that is in the done section, which is on the back side of it. So I just put a piece of paper here, otherwise you can see through the other side and it's confusing. So again, this fly leaf is from that purple folder that I cut up and punched. And so this is my done section. And if there's action item that I categorize by context, so this is at PC, I just put it here first while I work it out, and then when I prioritize it, I place them in this area. So there's another, okay, never mind. PC, these things that I need to create in core, create world. This is my waiting section, agenda. Someday maybe I haven't worked on yet. So this is how I decide what task and the granularity of each task. So I actually got this insert from, let's see, the website is, this is the how it looks like in an A4. So I just printed this out and work out the project that I want to do, the task associated with it. So the website is davidsia.com. So once I've listed out the action items, I prioritize the action items and categorize them here. So whenever I want to do something, I then insert it in my daily, let me see if I can find an empty one. Okay, this yesterday, so I insert it in my daily big rocks list, and when it's done, I just move the sticky note to the done column. Okay, so where are we? So I have a few projects that I'm working on. So that's my job search, my Filofax planning inserts. This is my purging and decluttering the different zones. The Sims Wiki checklist first draft that I since has created into this checklist. So this was when I was brainstorming a few. Oh, so I need to print out new copies. So the next divider is for finance, but I've since moved this to my compact chameleon. So since I don't need so many dividers here, I might just cut up the tabs and just use sticky notes or something. So I haven't decided on that yet. So finally we come to the diary section. This is where I have my calendar. So when I was first researching Filofaxes, I watched this video from Ken from Oz, and he was talking about the Chronodex system. So I liked that idea, and I visited the original blog by Patrick Ng, I believe. The website is script something typepad. I'll put it in the description later on. So this is a compact calendar from the davidsia.com website as well. This circular Leonardo da Vinci calendar thing, I just like how it looks, is from the Chronodex website as well. And I have my public holidays here, for where I live. So this is 2013-2014. This is just a pull-out landscape calendar for 2013 that I got from Filofax, or is it Race All-in-One, Life All-in-One place, one of those places. So then starts my oh yeah, so how I use this calendar is just to track routines that I'm starting up. So green color is whether I did anything for my job search goal. Black is for chore, shine my sink. So all this while I've been mainly doing it in the morning, because the boys, when they have snack or when they eat at night, I don't like to have it left there. So when I do it first thing in the morning, it's clean the whole day when they off to work and school and so on. But I don't like how it appears clean when I wake up in the morning nowadays. So I've started to shine my sink at night instead. So this is when I first started. The red outline one is when I did a deep clean of the kitchen, and then I started almost a nightly routine of the shine my sink task as prescribed by Fly Lady. So the hearts are okay, there's a legend here. So the hearts is for wedding and engagement events that I have to attend this year, and these are my vet appointments for my cats. So the monthly dividers are again ones I did myself, and they are from, let me see, okay, sorry, so they are from these A4 dividers. I think there were like 25 or 24 of them, so they were numbered 1 to 25. So I didn't like numbers, so I just put sticky notes over the numbers and just labeled myself. So since I started with this Filofaxing again in May, I spent the first 4 months deciding what I wanted to do for my diary and planning, because I haven't really been interested in a lot of things for a while, and that's another story. So I remember that I had a Filofax back in February, and when I started hunting down for it and searching where it was, I found it in April, and that's what kicked off the decluttering project. So I found it in April and I started using it again in May. So my daily pages only begin in May. So for the first 4 months of the year, I only have the monthly calendar. Again, I use that circular design. So I just put mark out the birthdays in each one. So when we come to May, so this is the first day that I started having inserts and started using this Filofax. So I designed this based on templates from Filofax and Ray's blog. Again, it's a mishmash of the Chronodex, David Sia's project tracker, and the notes on one side. So I colored the Sundays red, and this is also edited. I extended the early morning and the late night because I'm currently not working and I have insomnia sometimes, and mostly I'm nocturnal anyway. So the regular time slots of 9 to 5 won't work for me. So I like the idea of this where you can see in a clock arrangement. And you can see that when I first started, the colors are overlapping because I tend to do a lot of multitasking previously. And then when I read Zen Habits, and it was advised to focus on one task at a time. So this is my month. So my goal for picking up planning again on a day-to-day basis and a weekly review is first month of May I'm gonna just capture. So you can see that the first few weeks of May I really got into the capturing routine, and then that's so just insert notes and whatever paper I need if I don't have space, and a lot of scribbles. And beginning from the last week of May, I started this brain dump mind map because I realized that I don't use a lot of the notes area, and I also tend to condense the big rocks, the must to do items, to 3 for the day. Yeah, so I don't have stickers at the moment because I don't have much disposable income, so I know that I won't be able to perpetually replenish the sticker to use. So a lot of the icons and notes are all drawn in, and I use colored pencils. So with this brain dump, when I design the next month, the June months, I use a different format. So the chronodex here, the to-do list is here, and the brain dump, so I can do my mind mapping. That brings us to today. So we'll move this over. Oh yeah, if you notice, I don't have the Filofax ruler because I tend not to move the ruler in and out, and when I have to go back and record what I did the previous day, or if I remember something that I did last week and I write on that page and there's a bump, and I don't like it when it's uneven. Same thing if I have to schedule the events on the for the future on the horizon, and I flip it over and there's again a bump on that side, so it was very uneven, and the pen doesn't glide smoothly. So I don't use the Filofax ruler. And come to the last of the calendar, and my last step is resources. So this was what started the Filofax obsession all over again. I found a binder outside in the living room in the beginning of the year, and nobody claims it, so I started using that binder. The binder is one of those corporate giveaways, I think, and it was very basic. It's not leather or anything. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. So it's very crudely made, but it's functional. So it's when I first started using it since beginning of the year, my ideas for the stuff. It has a bigger size paper, almost an A5. This is an A5 paper. You can see that A5 fits the binder, but then because the way the mechanism is built, it kind of damaged the paper at the back, the last few pages. But the rings are personal size and a personal measurement. So when I first started using it, I thought I could use it for A5 paper, then I don't have to cut up my paper as such. So this is just I am using it as storage for the moment. Oh, and it has a pen loop and a flap, and I got annoyed by the flap, so I just tape it back, and the pen loop was coming apart, so I just cut it out. So it's serviceable as a storage binder for the moment. Yeah, and my last section for the resources is just the bloggers and YouTube names. So whenever I subscribe or I read a blog about Filofax, I note down their name, Twitter, blog, email, and country, and some notes on the person, because it's frustrating when I couldn't remember whether that YouTube account is for the blog or whether that Twitter is for that person. So I decided to keep a record, and that's one of the last blank pages I have, and I filled up quite a few. So we have the last page again. This is just the cardboard box from the cereal box, and my last flyleaf. This is the note paper I'm using because it's one of the smallest size I have, so I just need to punch the holes. I don't need to cut it down to size or anything. And I think, what was this? Oh, it was a pay slip that I had in reserve for one of my interviews, in case they asked for it. So what it has at the back is just a flap, what they call a secretary flap, I believe, and a full-length pocket right there, the pen loop, and lastly we have a zipper, which I don't store anything. I don't put in post-it notes or flags because pretty much I use this just at home, and I have my stationery close by anyway, so that's where all my post-it notes are, and this lives in my stationery box that I keep under my desk. So thanks for watching, you guys. This went on longer than I had anticipated. So if you wanted to have a close-up view of any section, just leave a comment, and I'm still trying to work out how to use this phone to get images, because I have shaky hands and a lot of the photographs that I took are very they are not focused, very blur, and I'm still trying to find out the best way to capture the photos in good lighting. So that's been holding back the blog that I had planned. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching again. Bye.